Okay, so hey y'all. So before I get started doing Pooh's hair, I want to talk to y'all about how to train your child's hair or your hair to retain moisture. Now, what I have learned from doing hair over the years, because I've been doing hair a while, and most of the things that I know I taught myself by reading, watching other videos, and just learning from experience. And what I learned from the experience of how to teach their hair to retain moisture is water. The hair loves water. I mean, even if you're not washing the hair, you know that thing, the saying that says dirty hair grows. I tried that. I tried washing the girl's hair once a month, and what I noticed was that the hair was drier, there was breakage, and it was hard to retain moisture. So what I started doing and what has worked, and the hair can stay moisturized for up to 2 to 3 weeks, is water. The hair loves water. So even if you're not washing the hair, just spritz the hair with a little bit of water, nothing in it, just plain water, and eventually hair will learn to love water. Because you know, sometimes the water can tend to sit on top of the hair, and that was happening with Pooh's hair because her hair was so damaged. So but I just kept spritzing the hair with water, and I always use a leave-in. So some of my leave-ins that I use is the Talia YG, the Great Detangler, or I use Reagan Sinai Moisturizer Leave-In Detangler, and lately I've been using this Curl Peace 5-in-1 Wonder Spray, and that helps to oh, and also this Reagan Sinai Moisturizing Refresher Spray. But this one right here, I don't use it as often because it is coconut oil, and I find that coconut oil can be drying to the hair. People says that that coconut oil can grow the hair. It's true, but coconut oil can be so drying to so many people's hair. So what I learned about coconut oil is to have it in some type of oil or something. So if you're going to use coconut oil, use it like in a shampoo or a conditioner, but sparingly, not often. So I use this spray every blue. It's rare that I use coconut oil in the hair. And creams, I don't use a cream in the hair, but some of the little girls I do, like if I do the hair every now and again, I'll use the cream. And one of my favorites is the Q Custard. Now this is very expensive. I think it's like $15, $16. So I rarely buy this, but I only use it on one little girl hair, and that's Mimi's. So, and this works great in her hair. I also use it on Boo sometimes too. Another curl cream is the Natural Hair Style Cream. This works good with styling the hair if you need a cream base. I do not use a cream base on Diva. I do not use a cream base on Pooh. I do not use a cream base on Chunk, and I do not use a cream base on Boo. Sometimes I do. And okay, so we talked about the creams, we talked about the moisturizer. These are the Loc Method. The first thing you will need in the Loc Method is water. It's the base of you need something to retain. You can't just put oil on the hair and expect it to be moisturized. Excuse my background noises because they loud. But you're sealing in something, and what you need to seal in is the moisture, which is water. So this goes on first. Okay, I don't use a cream. If I was to use a cream, like I said, I use it on some, like Mimi and sometimes Boo, I put the cream on after the leave-in and the water, because I use a leave-in and a water. If you use a leave-in, you don't have to use water, but I prefer water because water is great for the hair. So I use water, the leave-in, water, the leave-in. Every time you see me style, every single time you see me style, I use water. I use a leave-in because those are what you're trying to seal into the hair. You're not trying to seal oil into a hair. The oil is to seal in the moisture, which is the water. So if you were doing the Loc Method, they say I do the LCO, not the LOC. So I will do a cream next, which is the 2 creams I showed y'all, and then the O, which I use is my butters. So for poo, I use my white butter. This one is great. The oils in it are rich oil, which is great for dry, brittle hair. For Diva, I use my yellow butter. I've always used this. This is the first one I started with, and this is one I always have used on her. I tried this on her one time. I didn't like the way it worked on her hair, so I stuck with yellow. And this one I use on poo. And then I have a combo, which is these 2, and I use that on Boo and sometimes Chunk. But I noticed that with Chunk, she needed something, you know, they say petroleum is bad, but she needed something on her scalp to seal the moisture in because her scalp got really dry. So I said, okay, let me see if I can come up with a grease type butter, which is not all natural because it has the petroleum in them. I said, let me try it. And you know what? That worked amazingly well in Chunk's hair. Her hair holds moisture phenomenal. I have no problem with getting her hair to hold moisture with that. I have not sold it yet because, you know, people's a little iffy with grease, but it works awesome on her hair. So, remember, water, a leave-in, or a leave-in spray, or a leave-in lotion. So, and then your O, which is my butter. And you know something? People use oils on the hair. I find that I'm not an oil user. The only oils that I would use is my butter because it's an oil-based product. But like when I tried to use the oils by themselves, I just found like it doesn't work as good as a butter. You know, the butter just sticks to the hair, or the grease that I make for Chunk. It just sticks to the hair. It just makes, it seals it in. It seals that moisture in that you're putting in there. Okay, now let's talk about conditioners and shampoos as well. I just didn't bring shampoo in here. When I look for a shampoo or a conditioner, I look for ones that have castor, like have oils in them, because that is what's going to moisturize the hair, because oils seal in moisture. Looking for conditioners and shampoos, I look at the ingredients because I don't want a lot of sulfates and all that. And what I like about this, the main ingredient I look for on my conditioners is castor oil, because castor oil is really good for the hair and it can seal in oils. So this one has castor oil and this one has castor oil. And if you look at your soaps and stuff, they also have castor oil. Well, the ones I use have castor oil in it. And it's really good on the skin, so it's good for the scalp. So that's why I look for castor oil. Now, I'm not saying this is correct. This is just me. This is what I have done over the years, and it has helped the girl's hair to maintain moisture. So let me go over it again before I cut this video. Water. Even if you're not doing the Loc Method, just take some water. Let them get their hair wet. Let them go outside and wet. If they're in the pool, well, not a pool with chlorine, of course, but like regular water, just wet their hair with water. Keep their hair hydrated with water. Okay? Creams. Some people need a cream. If you need a cream, put it on before it's an O, and it works better than putting it on CO. Okay? I mean, it works better than putting it on OC. So do CO and not OC. Moisturizer. These are some of my favorites. There's so many options out there. These are what work for mine. These may not work for you. All these products I have here may not work for yours. So this is what's worked for the hair, the hair of the kids I do. So this is a cream. This is a butter, which is what you're sealing in. You're trying to seal in. You're gonna seal the water in with something like a butter or like an oil, and that is just how I got the girl's hair to retain moisture, and their hair is rarely ever dry. But in this, when I show you Pooh's hair, I let it get dry, just so I can show you how to moisturize it. Okay, so to do Bye. Okay, so to do Pooh's hair, this is what I'm going to be needing. I'm going to be needing what I just talked to you about. Water, leave-in, and my butter. I'm going to need some clips to hold the hair out the way. I like to use a rat tail comb to part, but I detangle with this medium wide tooth comb. And then for this style, I'll be using beads. These are the rubber bands I use, or the how do you say that? They're Walmart brand. And just for fun, I'm going to be using some glitter gel. Glitter gel that I made. Just add a little sparkles right here. And that's it. You don't have to wait because I'm talking. So, you see how her hair is really dry and matted. I did it like this on purpose just so I could do this video for y'all. My hair is really dry, like super dry right now. And the only reason I let it get like this, turn, is so that y'all can see me moisturize it. This is wet right here because she got it wet. I don't know how, but it's wet. I think when they played in water yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
But her hair is really dry and matted. This is 4C. So y'all actually can see her natural curls. Y'all can see that she really is a 4C. Okay. So we're going to take some water. That's the first. Oh, and that's another thing. When you're wetting the hair, you don't want to over wet it, because I feel like if you saturate the hair so much, the oil doesn't stick to the hair. You just want to dampen the hair, not super wet it. Some people say that works for them. I find it doesn't work for me, for none of the girls. You just want to dampen the hair, not overly saturate the hair. So I will spritz it with water. Look up. And I'm sorry if I breathe loud. I have respiratory issues, so I breathe loudly, which is why my video is muted most of the time. Okay, so we're just gonna dampen the hair with water. And because I'm using the leave-in, I don't want to put too much of this water, because this also has water in it. So make sure we get the root, because that's where it's really dry at. You want to make sure you get that scalp really good. So this is not really a hair tutorial today, or me doing hair. This is more of showing you how to moisturize really dry hair. I will show you a little bit of what I'm doing to her hair. Fun summer style. Okay. So her hair is dampened. As you can see, it's nothing dripping, because I don't want it overly wet. So now you want to take your I'll be trying to have this camera not so bright, but when I do, it just be dark. So now you want to take your leave-in. Okay, sit back. And I'm going to spray this. This is a detangler as well, so it makes it easier to detangle. But it also has great moisturizing properties in it.
Now this smells good.
Okay. So I don't need that much of this, because this works really well.
You told them it smells good.
At detangling. I'm sure they can hear you. Okay, as y'all can see, her hair is not dripping. It's not overly wet. That's what I'm saying. When I'm saying overly wet, I mean when the hair is dripping water. That works for some people, but it doesn't. I find that it doesn't. Okay. And then I want to detangle her hair. Starting from the root, starting from the tips and working my way to the roots. So it's helping me get out the knots really well. And when you hear that crunching sound, when you hear that crunching sound, that's not the hair breaking. You see, there's not that much hair on my comb. Very little hair. It's just the kinks, the curls snapping. But it's not breakage. If you was to this comb through, that will break it. And it may be painful for them just a little bit, because you're combing out tangles, so it's not going to be all painless. But you don't want them to be screaming bloody murder. That means you're doing something wrong, or they may be tender-headed like Boo. in Diva. But she's not tender-headed. She may say ow every now and again, but she don't scream or nothing. And look, this is all the hair I have lost so far, and her hair has been like this for a while. Make sure you moisturize it so you won't have breakage.
Are you talking?
Yes, I'm leaving this in, so I need you to be quiet. Okay, so most of her hair is detangled. Y'all hear that snapping? I promise you it's not breakage. You see, there's barely any hair in this comb. It's just the curls snapping. Because she got lint in them for rolling her hair everywhere. No, you cannot cut my phone on. Till I get done talking. I'll let you know when I'm done. I'm not done right now.
I don't know your password.
Great. Okay. So this is her hair, all detangled. Doesn't look like it, but it is. I promise you it's detangled. See how I can do this? Couldn't do that a while ago. So her hair is detangled. And now we're going to seal all this moisture we're just put in here in her head. We're going to seal it in. And to seal it in, I'm going to use my butter. This is the white chocolate one. And people ask me, can you order my butters? Yeah, they're on my website. I leave the link in the description box. Sometimes it may be sold out, but I try to restock every week because I make it fresh. Okay, so we're gonna seal all the moisture in that we just put into her head with some butter or oil or grease, whatever you're gonna use. And this is not gonna happen overnight. This took a while for their hair to start retaining moisture, like months. So just because a product doesn't work for you in the first time you use it or the month, try at least 3 months. And if the product doesn't work in 3 months, maybe you need to change the product. But products are not miracle workers. They're not gonna just grow your hair miracles. I don't care what nobody says. Your product is not gonna grow somebody's hair. They're gonna have to use it regularly and right for it to work. That's what people get mistakenly. They think their hair is just gonna grow overnight. No, it takes time. That product needs to get used to your hair, and your hair needs to get used to that product. Yeah, a lot of these people saying that their products is gonna magically grow your hair. You're growing your hair by using the product correctly in the right way. And that product might not work for you. Just because they say it well doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. My product does not work for everybody. Especially if you're not using it correctly. Okay, so now this is it. You see how moisturized her hair is? You can't really see it on camera. But her hair is super soft. The moisture is in there. You can see it. Mine is white from me putting the butter in. See how shiny it is? And that's it. And her hair will stay moisturized for a while without me having to do anything to it but spray with a little water here and there just to keep it moisturized. So now I'm just going to style. Just some quick twists for summer, and that's it. So yeah.
Found myself inside all this tension, a feeling I never was expecting. I don't see the pros, don't know the cons, forget the whys. Do you know why? Triggered inside this situation. Wonder if we maybe were mistaken. jump back to the start. And you never would talk to me then if we never met, babe. If we never met. Is it too much to ask? A little conversation, a minute's enough to work out the frustration. There's no need to make me bite the pavement. A little conversation. I don't want your love, just a little conversation. A minute's enough to work out the frustration. There's no need to make me bite the pavement. A little conversation. Tell me now, tell me something, 'cause I don't know how this gonna end. Oh no. Tell me now, tell me something, 'cause I don't wanna be just friends. No, no. Yeah. Hear me out, hear me out. Like I make you do the craziest things. Yeah. I didn't mean to hurt you, babe. No, no. If you decide to leave, you will help me anyway. Maybe I am too naive, but I'm choosing to believe that you will give me another chance. Oh, so tell me now, can we find love? Can we go back to where we were? All I want is to love you, start all over. Tell me now, yeah, yeah. Don't leave, wait a minute. Let me make up for the wrongs I did. I did. I'm just a human, I admit it. What will it take for you to forgive me? Forgive me. If you decide to leave, you would help me anyway. Maybe I am too naive, but I'm choosing to believe that you would give me another chance. Oh, whoa. So tell me now, can we find love? Can we go back to where we were? All I want is to love you, start all over. Tell me now. Oh, can we find love? Can we go back? All I want is to love you, yeah. Start all over. Tell me now, tell me now.